Good morning. Welcome to your fabulous Friday. Today is going to be absolutely fabulous because a lot of things are coming our way. Let's start with thought of the day. How about introducing something as a first notion before we start our day? How about quoting Napoleon Hill and saying, whatever our mind conceives, whatever our mind believes, that's what it can achieve. So, with this power, today we'll see, today we can believe and achieve whatever we want. And a lot of learnings are going to come with us, especially with the power of subconscious mind and the creative visualization. Again, all about mind. And of course, in the last, we'll talk about our health because it's very important to understand that health is wealth. Can everyone hear me? Richa says she can't hear. Please let me know if you can hear. You can. Lovely. Thank you. Let's start and get into peak state programming. Ritesh sir, let's have the music. Yes. We all are winners in a game of life. And let's have the second foot in the front, stomach bent, knees also little bent, and let's run. Yes. We all are winners in our wonderful life. Let's start the magic. Ritesh sir, let's have Shakti Govin's creative visualization and understand what's unfolding for us today. So good to see you all fresh and nobody yawning, and I hope that's how we all stay after picking up. So again, with peak state programming, let's understand the more you move, the more you're activating your mind and your power. So, hands, if they're moving, the thighs are moving, you are activating the entire body in a zone of, total energy. Very important to understand that we are who we are. Just when we start believing that life is flowing for us and whatever we want, we can creating for us. So that's what today is all about. Yesterday was all about trying and finding a higher self. Within very sweetly had used the recording and he shared it also. My bad, I forgot to share. This morning I've shared the version. I haven't heard it, but yes, you can try. We also tried and did that in Unified. I will try and send a recorded meditation also to find a higher self. It takes time. So if you can intertwine that every single day in your habit for about just 10 minutes, maybe you'll try and find your higher self, which ultimately is our goal, to find that higher self. And I think it'll be nicer that I'll do separate recording for all of us so that we can just hear that one step at a time. When everyone's found the higher self and say, give us a month, then next step can be a little higher. Let's go very gradually into this beautiful world. Today it's all about going with the flow. Shivani Gupta, can I have you as a reader? You have been raising your hand for the last 2 3 days, and I thought today is best to invite you. So we will understand how can we flow and what is the best way to flow. So until she raises her hand and Sir makes her the co-host, the only effective way to use creative visualization is in the spirit of the day of the Tao, going with the flow. So Ritesh sir, please make Shivani as a host. That means you don't have to exert effort to get where you want to go. You simply keep clearly in your mind, this is where I'd like to go, and then patiently and harmoniously follow the flow of the river of life until it takes you there. This is such a beautiful thing to say that, chalk out your goals, be clear in your mind. Where is it that you want to go? Where is it I want to go? And simply flow. Plan it and then just leave it onto the universe. Just flow. Whatever comes your way, take it. So, what happens when we talk about flowing with the river? If you can imagine right now a river flowing and maybe it's turbulent and there are people who are holding on to boulders. So what happens? They get uncomfortable, they're roughed up. But if they start flowing patiently with the river, ultimately the river will take them and put them in a place. If they keep fighting it, then they will lose their energy and they may collapse and they may die, right? So that's why they say go with the flow of the river. The river of life sometimes takes a winding course towards your goal. So it may just go here, it may go there, but it will make you reach. It may even seem temporarily to be going in a different direction entirely. Yet, in the long run, it is a more effortless and harmonious way to get there than through struggling and striving. So, very important to understand that we are here not to struggle. We are not here to make too many efforts. If we flow with life into the purpose that we have for life, and we embrace it openly without creating an agitation and tension in our bodies and our lives, then in the long run, we will reach there very amicably, very beautifully, very simple. Simply, we'll be just ceasing to struggle, we'll be just living beautifully. And that's the ultimate goal. Let's go with the flow. Let's understand this more. This chapter will again be taught in detail in Ikigai, but creative visualization is also handling a very beautiful aspect. Shivani, let's start with the second paragraph, going with the flow. Thank you.
Going with the
Please
flow.
unmute us.
Going with the flow means holding on to your goals.
Ritesh sir, let's turn the page. Going with the flow means holding on to your goals lightly.
Lightly, even though they may seem very important, and being willing to change them if something more more just a minute more appropriate and satisfying comes along. It is that balance between keeping your destination clearly in mind and yet enjoying all beautiful scenes you have encountered in just encountered along the way, even being willing to change your destination of life. Destination. If life starts taking you in a different direction, in short, it means being firm yet flexible.
Shivani, compose yourself, sit down quietly because the sentences are being formed differently.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'll explain. So this paragraph is very simple. So what's happening is when we're going with the flow and if you're taking your life lightly, like it's just so effortless. And if you're ready to embrace anything that's coming along in your life, believe you me, something that's coming sporadically, randomly, without even you wanting it, that's coming for the best version for yourself. And once you accept that, oh wow, this is something new, I never thought of it, then the satisfaction comes along. And if you can balance our destination where we have to reach clearly in mind, this is where I have to go. And yet I enjoy all the beautiful scenes, the scenery around me, whatever's happening, whatever's coming, and I'm willing to accept them and change and according to what is coming my way, then life starts taking us in beautiful directions. Something that we haven't thought of traversing, yet it comes. But what it means is keep the end focus clear and just flow with life. Whatever comes your way, embrace it with open hands and open mind and open heart. Very important to understand that our heart and our mind have to be in coherence. And that's when the magic starts. So let's be firm, yet be flexible and flow. Let's continue.
If you have a lot of energy, if you have a lot of heavy emotions riding on whether you attain your goal, that is, if you will be very upset if you don't get what you want, you will tend to work against yourself in your fear of not getting what you want. You may actually be energizing the idea of not getting it as much or more than you are energizing the goal itself.
This is a very important part to understand in manifestation. So I have manifested, say, coming to A. And now sometimes I'm not being able to find A. A hua nahi, hua nahi, hua nahi. And I'm energizing the idea hua nahi, hua nahi, hua nahi, without realizing that I had to energize only the goal. Ki A ho raha hai, A ho raha hai, A ho raha hai. A is happening right now. But what am I doing? Hua hi nahi, hua hi nahi, hua hi nahi. Unknowingly, these heavy emotions which I'm riding on, in the frustration and desperation of reaching to my goal, is hindering my path by energizing the opposite. So please be careful of what your thoughts are going on. That's why I always say focus only on what you want. जो boulders आएंगे, rocks आएंगे, whatever comes in the way is just a mere distraction. Don't get distracted. Just move on. The idea is, okay, this has come, this too shall pass. Embrace that attitude in life that everything is fine and this too shall pass. I know lots of nonsensical things are happening around us. People are in the zone of fear also. What is life taking us? Where is it taking us? What's happening to the world? It's fine. This too shall pass. If not this year, maybe next. If not next, maybe next. This too shall pass. So let's energize our goals, keeping them in mind, because that is a 1 point agenda. Let's read further.
If you do find yourself very emotionally attached to a goal, it may be most effective and appropriate to work first on your feelings about the matter. You may have to take a good look at what you fear about not achieving the goal and do affirmations to help you feel more confident and secure or to help you face your fears. For
So again,
example,
one
sorry,
second. So let's
yeah.
let's understand that what is happening in our life is we have a goal. Obviously, with the goal comes fear. That's very obvious because a lot of people haven't yet made goals knowing that everything is possible. At the beginning, you will have fears. Later, you'll say, "What fear? I don't have any fear. Whatever I want, I get." So there's no fear later. But right now, setting your foot into a world of making your dreams come true, you are bound to have some fears. Now we have to look at them clearly in the eye. Remember the eye contact within your fear. You have to see it from the front. Now, the examples that are coming is
So
of affirmations that whatever we want is coming true. These fears are riddled aside. To just taking them aside, what do? The universe is unfolding perfectly. I don't have to hang on. So again, she's written, I don't have to hang on, but you can say I flow. I can relax and let go. I can go with the flow. I trust my own process. I always have everything I need. I have all the love I need within my own heart. I am love, or I am a lovable and loving person. They're both same. I am whole in myself. Divine love is guiding me, and I am always taken care of. The universe always provides. So whether you and I believe in God or the Supreme or whatever, that's different. Divine love is always guiding us. Always. What is divine love? The universe is made of the energy called love. Two things that come together, even the smallest of atoms, molecules, whatever, that come together because of love, attraction, right? Now that makes it's the smallest little part. And like that, everything is coming with the law of attraction. Why do you think whatever we want, we get? Whether it's lack of love or whether it's full of love, what we want is what we get. So divine love is guiding me, and I'm always taken care of. The universe always provides, and it has my back. You say these affirmations, and your fears just go like kaput. Why? Because now there's no room for fear. Such important affirmations you're saying every single day, and whenever fear comes, you switch yourself. So, what do I keep saying? Whenever negativity comes to our mind, just switch yourself into this world of affirmations. Start thinking in the affirmation, start talking in the affirmation. Once you're doing that, you're clearing your life of all emotional baggage and you're moving in a very beautiful direction. Let's read further.
you may find some of the clearing processes I give I give later helpful. And I refer I refer you to my recommended resources section for books that may offer help and insight. Of course, it is perfectly okay to creatively visualize something to which you have a lot of emotional attachment, and it will sometimes work quite well. But if it doesn't, realize that you may be attempting to visualize something out of fear of what may happen if you don't get it. In this case, it is important to relax and accept your feelings. Accept the idea that you may not immediately realize your goal. Look more deeply into your fears and understand that resolving the conflict is probably an important area of growth for you and a wonderful opportunity to get to know yourself on a deeper level.
So again, when we're creatively visualizing, when we're manifesting, we're seeing the movie of our life. Whatever we want is coming true. We're seeing it gradually. What's happening? Sometimes if we get distracted and we are pushing ourselves to see something and I'm not feeling it, it's a very mechanical thought and it's not from my heart. I will see my fears. And then is a time to take a reality check and relax. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale, hold, exhale. Tell yourself, I am centered, I'm balanced, I'm aligned. And firstly, let me tell you all, before you start creatively visualizing, first important step is to have affirmations and feel the affirmations. Just don't write them. Feeling in the affirmations will help you creatively visualize only what you want, not what your mind says, okay, if this doesn't happen, what happens? So you'll be able to visualize very beautifully. Have your clarity of your goal, affirm it, think of it, believe it, and then go to the next step. Don't be in a rush. So even in the morning, if you're doing a manifestation, okay, how many of you are doing manifestation? Are you hearing any audios? How are you doing? Have you created your own audios? What are you doing? I need to know about that because today we are on day 15 and it's high time that we all evolve and start going into our manifestation. So affirmation, yes, Luke's affirmation, very good, Shivani. Anyone else is doing? So whether you're doing Luke's or the Divine Love or any other, listening from YouTube, yes, I do audio, yours, Luke's audio, doing Divine Love. Okay, great. Manifesting every day through visualization. Very nice. Luke, listening to own audios. Okay, so as long as it's a mixture of any manifestation meditation, whether it's Luke's, whether it's mine, or whether it's Divine Love, or whether it's something from YouTube or your own, I'm perfect. The thing is, we must get in the muscle of starting to manifest. At least do that. And if you can have your own audios, people from the first batch have progressed onto their own audios. That's fantastic. But for people who are just very new, don't create your own audios right now. At least a month, listen to something which is ready made so that you are graduating yourself into a process of knowing how to manifest, because those guided meditations take you in the deepest level of feeling and thought. All right, let's go further.
At any time while doing creative visualization, if you get a feeling that you're trying to force or push something that doesn't want to happen, back off a little
1 second.
and ask your higher.
Yeah, so okay, some questions. Niriksha, we don't want you to lie down and meditate in the morning because you tend to take a nap. It's very automatic. You're waking up. So what you're supposed to do is when you are lying down, just take a back support on your backrest, bed rest, put on your AirPods and listen to it. So your feet can probably be on the mattress, that's fine, but you're up. If you can swing the feet later down, fine. And now, Sakshi, it's very important to listen to an audio because you cannot visualize first thing in the morning. Your subconscious mind is right now important. Your conscious mind hasn't come in. You need a conscious push to think about it from your subconscious mind. So it's very important to have that. Very advanced when you become a yogi or something later. It will come organically because nothing, no clutter of your day will come in your mind. So right now with people in progress, please just go with recorded manifestation audios only. That's the most important thing. Yes. At any time while doing creative visualization, if you get a feeling that you're trying to force or push something that doesn't happen, doesn't want to happen, back off a little and ask your higher self, or not, this is really the thing for me? Is it really the truth for me? Is it what I'm really wanting? Is it the best thing for me? Ritesh sir, please turn the page. Be a little proactive, sir. Today is not moving on attitude. So let's understand that we have to ask our higher selves the day we are faltering, the day we are unable to visualize, is this right for me? Is this the best thing for me? Or do I really desire it? Or am I just saying it? So remember one thing, your manifestations could be happening because your spouse, your child, your parent, or your boss or colleagues are telling you, तुम ये कर लो लाइफ में रॉकेट लग जाएंगे, तुम ये कर लो ऐसा हो जाएगा. So is it for them or is it for you? If it's for your best thing, ask your higher self, why am I not being able to manifest? Please guide me, because we may not be ready for it right now. Maybe the universe is trying to tell us something and we can't understand it. So let's understand, this is very, very important. Last paragraph for the day, let's read it.
A man recently told me this story. A few years ago, he was trying to make it as a stand up comedian. He bought this book and tried to visualize himself as a successful comedian. Try as he might, he simply couldn't get a clear picture or feeling of this happening. He took this as a message to re examine his goals. After much soul searching, he returned to school and became a minister and a psychotherapist, which he loves. Now, he is also a talk show host on a popular national television show that focuses on metaphysical and paranormal phenomena. This unusual combination of career suits him perfectly. In this case, not being able to visualize what he thought he wanted helped him to find a whole new direction in his life. This story is also a good example of how we may not know exactly what we want. We have to keep allowing the process to unfold.
What is the process to unfold for getting our dreams and goals? Simply every day, if you have time, while lunch is being late, just sit down on a couch, put your hands in a Gyan Mudra. Gyan Mudra is this, or open your hands heavenwards. Simply allow yourself to breathe thrice. And it's okay. You don't have to really close your eyes. Closing your eyes is important because it cuts you off from the world, right? And it goes in the inner world. And just ask yourself, whatever is best for me, please guide me. However, before going in the night in the bed to sleep, ask yourself this question. Gradually, whatever thoughts are coming in the morning, just write them down. Okay, this is what I thought. This is what I thought. Let it plan. Let the process unfold. You're right now probably in a job which you don't really care about, but you're doing it mechanically. सालों साल सालों आप करते आ रहे हो. आपकी personal growth ही नहीं हो रही. क्यों? Because maybe that's not the right thing for you. Today, I actually want to read this chapter, Prosperity. Let's read this. It's very important to understand that we are who we are when we think about prosperity. Shivani, let's read this,
Yeah.
please.
A very important part of whole creative visualization process is developing a new sense of prosperity. This means having the understanding or consciously taking the point of view that the universe is abundant, that life is actually trying to bring us what our hearts and souls truly desire, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. Almost everything you truly need or want is here for the asking. You only need to believe that it is so, truly desire it, and be willing to accept it.
So one thing I can tell you, the way we have north, south, east, west, which you and I know of the main directions being told to us. Of course, you have the internal directions again. Similarly, our life is a 3 point program and yet has a fourth element. What are these elements? And this, when completed, you become a complete person. So physically is very important, how you are. That's why we keep saying food is important because it's a part of your physical being. So very important what you're putting into it. Spirituality comes when you're detoxed of all negativity and you're ready to learn and earn a lot in life, earn goodness. Mentally, it's important that you don't have any mental baggage and you're open and receptive. Emotionally, is from your heart. So when all of these four come together in a circle of life, this is where your circle of life becomes. And when you start to believe that, life has my back and I really want this and I can accept whatever's coming in the way, then we are ready for an abundant prosperity mentality. Otherwise, what do we have? A poor mentality or scarcity programming. Let's hear about this.
One of the most common causes of failure when seeking what you want is scarcity programming. This is an attitude or set of beliefs about life that goes something like this.
So scarcity programming is really terrible. How does it go? People with scarcity programming are always feeling in their mind and saying out loud. When you go to them, you'll know this person has a poor mentality. He doesn't have a abundant mentality. He says there isn't enough to go around. उतना ही है ना, सबको थोड़ा ना मिल सकता है. किसी किसी को मिलेगा, किसी को नहीं मिलेगा. Life is suffering. Suffer करना पड़ता है, बहुत श्रम करना पड़ता है, पापड़ बेलने पड़ते हैं पैसा कमाने के लिए. This kind of language people speak. अब कई लोग बोलते हैं पेड़ पे पैसे थोड़ी ना उगते हैं, because they're talking about suffer करना. या बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है पैसे कमाने के लिए. Things like this people say, which means you have to suffer. It's not easy, right? Some people say it is immoral or selfish to have enough and others don't. कई लोग फिर ऐसा पाठ पढ़ाते हैं, अरे लोगों के पास पैसा रोटी के लिए पैसे नहीं है और तुमको महल में रहना है. ये क्या बकवास है, थोड़ा सा तो कहीं लेवल होना चाहिए. So people talk like this. अब इसका एक और पहलू है, there's another perspective to this. What is that? That if I have enough, if I live in a mahal, of course I can make so many places for people to dwell in. I can make a colony with people living, thriving, dwelling. I can empower them. I can teach them techniques, tell them to earn their livelihood. There's so much more attached, right? Now, the scarcity mentality, people will say, life is hard, it's difficult, it's a veil of tears. बहुत रोना पड़ता है कमाने के लिए जो चाहिए. So people talk like this. You must work hard and sacrifice for everything you gain. Men की mentality बहुत होती थी पहले के टाइम पे. आजकल कई women की भी हो गई कि मेहनत आज young years में कर लें, पूरा मेहनत कर लें तो जाके हम अपने old age को secure कर रहे हैं. Whereas you never have to sacrifice your family time or yourself or anything to get money. Never. That's just a paradigm. It's more noble and spiritual to be poor. कई लोग बोलते हैं अरे गरीबी में स्पिरिचुअलिटी आती है, बिकॉज श्रम करते हैं, तपते हैं, परेशान होते हैं, सब कुछ इतना इजीली नहीं मिलता, केक प्लेटर पे नहीं मिलता, केक वॉक नहीं होती. These are all false beliefs. These are all based on a lack of understanding on how the universe works. The basic principle of the universe is it's abundant, it's full of love. Whatever I want, I get. Or people misunderstand this universe, people misunderstand the most important spiritual principles, and they just do a disservice. These beliefs are not of service to you or anyone else. They simply limit all of us from realizing our natural state of prosperity and plenty on all levels. Just know one thing, my dear co-seekers. Life is abundant. Wherever we turn, prosperity follows. Whatever we want, we get. It's all about the perception. It's all about the perception. Let's read further.
These are all false beliefs. They are based on a lack of understanding of how the universe works or a misunderstanding of some important spiritual principles. These beliefs are not of service to you or anyone else. They simply limit all of us from realizing our natural state of prosperity and plenty on all levels. At the present time, there is a real there is a reality in this world of starvation and poverty for many people, but we do not need to keep creating and perpetuating that reality. The fact that is there is more than enough to go around for every being on earth if we are willing to open our minds to that possibility and change our ways of using and distributing the world's resources. The universe is a place of great abundance, and we all are meant to be naturally prosperous, both in material and spiritual wealth, in a way that is balanced and harmonious with one another, with the earth that nourishes us. In modern times,
So I hope
humankind.
this is clear. So again, when Shivani is reading, if somebody has any doubt, please put a pause on me, write in the chat box so I can elaborate this. Simple English, so I'm not elaborating, but if required, please feel free. Yes.
In modern times, humankind has lost touch with natural state of prosperity. Together, we are creating a world vastly out of balance a, in which a relative few have far more than they need and are using up our natural resources at an alarming rate, while the majority suffer from the serious lack. We are all responsible for creating this reality, and we can change it by changing both our way of thinking and our way of living. We need to reclaim our ability to appreciate and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Many of us in the industrialized world need to cultivate a simpler, more natural lifestyle. We need to realize that our basic needs are met. The experience of abundance has more to do with expressing our creative gifts in satisfying ways and learning to give and receive in a balanced way than it does with extravagant consumerism.
Do you realize how the Indian government has gone back to roots of Dashansh? So I'm not saying we do Dashansh, but now why is it that the Indian government has introduced something called working for society? Why do all the MNCs or all the corporate houses have to do something social upliftment, empowerment? Why this line is very clear. CSR is happening only because of this line. You have to do it. If you're earning, you have to give. You have to balance it. Learning to give and receive in a balanced way, then it is not extravagant consumerism. So let's understand whatever we get, if we are sharing a part of it for social upliftment, then we are definitely progressing. Right now, of course, what Shakti Gavan says is completely true. 95% of people are sitting on 5% of the monetary value in the world globally. And 5% people are sitting on 95% wealth. It's true. You can't deny it. That's how it is. Why is it so? Those 5% people know the law of attraction so freaking well. They have the best of life. They're just playing golf and they're running the empires. You think they're working so hard? No, everything is systematic. They have meetings online an hour. People work for 4 hours a week and rest is their time for evolving. And let me tell you one thing, spiritual people are maximum in these rich people. They realize the spiritual realm. They realize how much their higher self helps them. That's why if you see Bill Gates and Melinda, how much they go for serving humanity, and yet how much money they have. So let's understand that if we want to get financially richer, we have to start giving as well. Our basic needs should be fulfilled. Let's read further.
The truth about this earth is that it is an infinitely good, beautiful, nourishing place to be. The only evil comes from a lack of understanding of this truth. Evil, that is ignorance, is like a shadow. It has no real substance of its own. It is simply a lack of light. You cannot cause a shadow to disappear by trying to fight it, by stamping on it, by railing against it, or by any other form of emotional or physical resistance. In order to cause a shadow to disappear, you must shine light on it. Take
So
a
if
look.
I one second, so if
Sorry,
I kept
sorry.
saying, I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss, and you listen to me, and I'm the ego, I run. I mean, I'm ego by itself. I run the family, or I'm the breadwinner, or I run the company, and you're working for me, and you have to listen to me. Then you're just going in a world of evil. What is that you're talking about? Just because you're endowed with some kind of intellect to earn a life and live a life of what you really want, can you just start being so egoistical? Can you start stamping on it and always talking about it? So, people who talk too much about money and about I, me, and am need to understand that, okay, you are in a world of darkness. You must shine your light on it. Stop this world of just being I, me, and am. What are you? We are nothing. We are nothing, and yet we are everything. So understand this. Just nourish your souls, nourish yourself with beautiful thoughts. Understand the truth. And what is the truth? Love is the only truth. That's the only thing. Love and light is what we have in the world. Love, light, and abundance. Why do I keep saying that? That's what the world is all about. Let's look further.
Take a look at your belief system and see if you're holding yourself back by not believing sufficiently in the possibility of prosperity. Can you actually realistically imagine yourself as a successful, satisfied, fulfilled person, can you really open your eyes to the and goodness and beauty and abundance that are all around? Can you imagine this world transformed into a prosperous and supportive environment in which everyone can flourish?
Can
You
I
will,
request all my one second? Can I request all my co-seekers to stop talking about lack of Indian, politics or Indian surroundings? We are all the time harping on it that itni poverty hai, itna garibi hai, government is not doing something. What are we doing? We are adding to the bulk of the negativity. So just start looking at things which are great around you. So maybe in India we have so beautiful things. We have such a good culture. Maybe we have such a good way of humanity. Maybe people are so heartwarming. Maybe we have a beautiful country with a lot of dreams. Whatever, start looking at the beauty and abundance all around you and change your mentality by changing the way you look at things around you. Start seeing that everything has your back. It's a supportive system. Let's understand that all of us can flourish once we start looking at our surroundings in a more loving fashion rather than criticizing it. Let's stop criticizing completely. We are in the world of magic as well. All you see is goodness. We count our blessings. So let's look at that bright side. Yes, please continue.
you will experience difficulty in creating what you want in your personal life unless you can create a context that the world is a good place to be and can potentially work for everyone. This is because human nature is basically loving, and so most of us will not allow ourselves to have what we want as long as we believe that we might be depriving others in order to do so. We have to understand in a deep way that having what we truly want in life contributes to general state of human happiness and supports others in creating more happiness for themselves. To create prosperity, we need to visualize ourselves living as we desire to live, doing what we love, feeling satisfied with what we attain in a context of other people doing the same. In a spirit of fun, try this exercise to stimulate your imagination and expand your ability to visualize true prosperity.
That's it for the day. This meditation, I will be reading and doing it for all of us when we are meditating. So thank you, Tesha. Thank you, Shivani. Let's have the next magical book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. So remember one thing, life is full of abundance. Wherever we turn, prosperity follows. Wherever we turn, prosperity follows. Know this by heart. Like they say in school, right? Remember by heart. Remember this by heart. That wherever I turn, prosperity follows. Be it my business, be it my emotional level, be it my mental level, be it my spiritual level. I am growing abundantly in all spheres. Be it cash, be it physical, mental, whatever. When there's abundance, there's abundance. Sab cheez ka bharmar hai. There's a lot that's happening in our life. Today we'll just talk about what is objective mind, what is subjective mind. We'll clarify ourselves on this concept with us. Shivani, let's read page number 31. The terms objective and subjective mind clarified.
Your conscious mind is sometimes referred to as your objective mind because it deals with outward objects. The objective mind takes cogniz- cogni- cognizance of,
Yeah.
of the objective world, its media of observation, the media, sorry, its media of observation are your
Are
five
you five physical senses?
senses. Your
Yeah.
objective mind is your guide and director in your contact with your environment. You gain knowledge through your five senses. Your objective mind learns through observation, experience, and education.
So
As
very important to understand that as we're growing, our objective mind, the analytical mind, the 10% of the mind, the conscious mind is learning how observing. How do you observe? You're hearing and you're seeing. How are you experiencing? Touch, feel, the heart, right? How are you studying? Writing, talking, hearing, seeing. Our five senses are helping us grow. And that is how we're saying we're observing, we're experiencing, and we're getting educated. That's why I keep harping on the fact that we've heard this from time in ages. The best friend of a man is a book. Book is a man's best friend. Always have a book by your side. Always educate yourself. And if you are into romances and fiction, okay, fine. Sometimes yes, but try and learn at least a paragraph or read a paragraph a day, which is going to empower you information. There are lots of books on the bedside. Anything. Just before sleeping, read at least one paragraph, something that resonates with you, and you're going to sleep over it. And then, of course, do your thank you, your gratitude, and your manifestation, whatever. Remember, they should become a part of our lifestyle. Yes, let's read further.
As previously pointed out, the greatest function of the objective mind is that of reasoning. Suppose you are one of the thousands of tourists who come to Los Angeles annually. You would come to the conclusion that it is a beautiful city based upon your observation of parks, pretty gardens, majestic buildings, and lovely homes. This is the working of your objective mind.
Yes, let's turn the page. Now, this entire thing, how to be subjective, a lot of stories are going to come our way. First, let's understand the science. Yes, please.
Your subconscious mind is oftentimes referred to as your subjective mind. Your subjective mind takes cognizance of its environment by means independent of the five senses. Your subjective mind perceives by intuition. It is the seat of your emotion and the storehouse of memory. Your subjective mind performs its highest functions when your objective senses are in abeyance. In a word, it is that intelligence which makes itself manifest when the objective mind is suspended or in sleepy, drowsy state. Your subjective mind sees
This is
without.
the 1 second, Shivani. Just hold
Sorry.
for like a couple of seconds after one paragraph finishes.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
add on, it's great. So the
Okay.
last line is very important to understand. In a word, it is that intelligence which makes itself manifest when the objective mind is suspended or in a sleepy, drowsy state. That's why the morning hour is the time is the most important time to manifest. But what's happening? First, just check. Okay, WhatsApp. Why are we so addicted? Can't we have a media detox at 7 o'clock? Can't we make our lives the way we really wanted to make? Can't we have the last hour before sleeping with our family, and then read something and then manifest and then sleep? Why can't we rewire ourselves? It's very important to understand that if you really, really want to work on your manifestation, that time is imperative. Let's read further.
Your subjective mind sees without the use of the natural organs of vision. It has the capacity of clairvoyance and clear,
Clear audience.
clari, clairaudience.
Clairvoyance
Y-
and clear audience.
Your subjective mind can leave your body, travel to distant lands, and bring back information, oftentimes of the most exact and truthful character. Through your subjective mind, you can read the thoughts of others, read the contents of sealed envelopes and closed safes. Your subjective mind has the ability to apprehend the thoughts of others without the use of ordinary objective means of communication. It is of the greatest importance that we understand the interaction of the objective and subjective mind in order to learn the true art of prayer.
So I don't know how many of you caught in the line, but it says our subjective mind is so beautiful. It can leave the body, travel to distant lands, bring back information, oftentimes of the most exact and truthful character. This is where I keep saying PLR works. What is PLR? Past life regression works. So it's a gift to everyone. Please try and do it at least once a month and then move on to twice a month. Why? Because you have to realize that there's a purpose why you and I exist, and only our subconscious mind can help us in that. And only PLR and hypnosis can help us in that. If we truly want to understand our spirituality, my spirituality is different than yours. because I know that why am I born for a reason. That uniqueness in me has to be found, and PLR will help us. So our subjective mind has all the possible thoughts, all the possible. It's extraordinary. It's absolutely amazing, and the way it communicates is absolutely magical. Tomorrow we'll talk about the subconscious mind like a conscious mind. Today we talked about this, and hold on to this thought of subjective and objective. Think about it and move on to realize that there's a lot of world, a powerhouse of information in this beautiful mind of ours. This mind of ours can make us lead the life of our dreams. Now we move on to loving yourself, and let's understand what's going to unfold in this magical book. Now, again, mind is important, body is important. Body is a lot to do with mind again. You and I look the way we do because of our mind. If we change the way we think about our mind, a lot changes about our body as well. So yes, Ritu, you've written your affirmations all over. You read it out, listen to your own, visualize, meditate. Okay. So if you're having your audio, I'm absolutely comfortable with that. All right. So one very important thing to understand, analyze is, so I hope you all thought about this at night. And what we've written on top, how you feel. If you haven't, okay, and if any, all of you remember want to do these as reminders, we can send them a picture of this if you want us to do it. We're already sending you the magic reminder. So if these are all something all of you want and are writing in the morning, we are happy to share. Now, remember one science, especially about food. If we are going in a spiritual world, food matters. If it doesn't grow, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Why? Because you have to understand that we cannot have any packaged food because that will ultimately rot in our body. And today I'm going to send you a video about Subha Jain as well. So, Shivani, let's read this book, please. Let's read this chapter on page 32.
Food matters. If it doesn't grow, don't eat it. In the book, The 100-Year Lie, How Food and Medicine Are Destroying Your Health, journalist Randall Fitzgerald details how he began seeing research and patterns that led him to investigate the relationship between manufactured food or processed food and health. Fitzgerald found that the three groups have great influence over what we eat: the processed food industry, the pharmaceutical industry, and the chemical industry. Their goal is to convince us that chemically created synthetic foods are better than the foods grown in nature. Unfortunately, they have been very successful and in reinforcing this belief. Some important historical occurrences have also spurred them on, like food shortages during the Great Depression and the World War II, and in more recent times, busy working families.
In case you're one of those Indian families that's progressed around the Western culture by storing a lot of food in your freezers, this is the chapter for you. So whatever is fresh is amazing. Whatever is old is toxic. Let's read further.
Margarine is a great example. In the 1930s and the 40s, the Great Depression and World War II caused food shortages in the US. Since there was a shortage of butter, oleomargarine margarine
Yeah.
was a popular type was a popular replacement. Louis remembers this white substance that came in a plastic bag with a yellow dot of liquid. She would sit at the table and squeeze the two together to get yellow color of the butter. Over time, manufacturers made margarine with yellow color so that it would look more appetizing. You may recall the advertising that came along with it. Margarine was touted as much healthier than butter, and many people bought into this belief. Then, decades later, the truth about margarine came out. This synthetic fat is actually a trans fat. We will talk more about trans fat in chapter 5. One of the most harmful fats for your health. Experts are now agreeing that butter is better than margarine.
All
Below,
of you may remember 10, 15 years ago, no, not 20, maybe 20, 30 years ago, margarine had come in a big way in the Indian market. People had substituted butter with margarine, saying that it's much, much more healthier, less on calories, and it helps you grow so much. Now let's understand these facts. I'm missing out these, facts, but let's understand that all of us, society is gripped with negativity. Society is gripped with bad food, and bad food is leading to a lot of diseases like cancer, like diabetes, like heart diseases, and healthcare is costing us through the roof. That's why health insurances have popped up in such a big way. And believe me, health insurances are not really great, because if you think mentally healthy and you're wealthy in your health as well, you wouldn't need these insurances. You wouldn't need to claim these at all. So yes, you want to invest in them, go ahead and do that. But remember, you are what you eat. Let's read further from experts.
experts from a variety of industries can argue over.
We lost your voice.
Hello, is it audible?
Better.
Experts from a variety of industries can argue over why these health issues have been on the rise at the same time as synthetic manufactured foods have been introduced into our food supply. However, in the study,
शिवानी आपकी आवाज उतनी clear ही नहीं आ रही. Let me read it until you get clear. Experts from a variety of industries can argue over why these health issues have been on the rise at the same time synthetic manufactured foods have been introduced in our food supply. However, in the study on brain diseases mentioned above, researchers speculated that the results are thanks to a combination of eating processed food and food sprayed with toxic pesticides. So remember one thing, whatever is packaged, it's really harmful. So as to say, even in our homes, if we're using foil and covering our dishes, even the fumes of the foil will hamper with your food. So the fresher food you eat, the better it is. Very important to understand. Yes, let's read fast food.
fast food and packaged food are thought of as convenient and often inexpensive ways to feed ourselves and our families. Many of us grew up eating these foods. They are made to taste delicious, and a long time they are packaged to look fun. Just a minute. And exciting. And psychologists, scientists, and researchers have been employed to make sure that we want to eat more and more of them. We need to turn the.
Let's turn the page. Yeah.
In the book Fatland, How Americans Became the Fattest People in the World, author Greg Kritzer tells us that food manufacturers were having trouble because the size of American population was not growing fast enough for their profits to increase. So what they did is focus on getting the average American to eat at least 200 calories more each day. By doing so, they could continue to make more money. In order to increase their profit margin, processed food companies also add toxic chemicals to make food more addictive, change the packaging size and colors, and use advertising and other sneaky techniques. Every cell, tissue, organ, everything in your body relies on nutrients from food. Without the proper nutrients, your body and brain no longer function at their optimal levels. One important message that Louis had shared for years is, if it doesn't grow, don't eat it. If you follow this guideline, you will be giving yourself a huge leg up on health. Our bodies were designed to function using food and water in nature. At one time, fruit from land and ocean were all we ate, while manufactured food may have been created 100 years ago. Modern humans have been around for 2 lakh years. Our bodies have not changed. So, what has happened when synthetic foods are taken into a body that was made for food found in nature? The body does its best but we put it under much greater burden and deny it what it needs to function optimally.
Thank you, Shivani, for reading. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you so much. So let's understand our bodies are not designed to be overloaded. Now, what's even happening in the Indian cuisines are you're making pav bhaji today at home, today you're having, tomorrow you're having, day after you're having. Like in my family, my husband and my family loves the pav bhaji from Gujarat. So when parents go, they're packaging like boxes of it and bringing it here. Believe me, it's toxic. Sattvic khana is something which has to be made and consumed in 3 hours. Now you're not realizing that even though these are vegetables that are cooked, they've been put oils have been put in there, not very healthy, and now these oils are rotting in the same food, and this food may be in your intestines for such a long time. It can't magically get flushed out. They will take time to flush out. And what will happen? You'll have gastric problems, you'll have bad digestion. Ultimately, gradually, your weight will start increasing over the years. It will take its time, but it'll start increasing. Why? Because you're abusing your body of old, stale food. What happens in Indian household? Today you make a vegetable, tomorrow you're consuming it. जो बच जाता है वो roll over हो जाता है next meal के लिए. So please make only what you really have to eat. Please only make what has to be eaten and then cook, like cook and eat. Now, my grandparents, I remember we used to eat dinner at 7 o'clock when we were children. So, 6:30, paune 7 baje, the sabji used to be freshly made. And there was nothing called a heating culture in our family. I'm talking about when I was a child. 21 years we were married, they say 30 plus years ago. And the food was freshly made and served on the table. वो reheating का चक्कर ही नहीं था. उस समय microwaves भी कम थे. So we were living a life of nice life. Now what's happening? The food is made prior, you're heating in microwaves, you're heating on the gas, again stirring it. Remember, even your cooked food is going through toxic levels because you are doing artificial stuff to it. So you may not be putting the right, you're taking the nutrients out. So remember one thing, eat what grows and be careful about it. Of course, today Subha's video will come and a lot will become clearer. So food tastes better. And if you're using your food with too much of ghees and oils, you're killing the actual taste. If you start adding dhania patti and hing and normal stuff, it'll taste better and it'll taste so yum when you're just having it immediately. And people overcook the vegetables. If you can not cook them so much, then life becomes so much, so much, so much better. Today is a door about understanding this particular part. Tomorrow we will read 2 client stories to understand how our mind works, how food works, and how we can heal ourselves. Very important for all of us to understand that healing lies within. Tomorrow we'll start with client stories. So thank you so much, everyone, and let's have the heart thought. Let's have what's coming our way. And with after the heart thought, we will be talking about abundant meditation, reaching to a spiritual level, finding that we are abundant in every realm of our being. Nitin, that's right. People say that, especially for dal makhnis and cholas, but it's not good for your body. What tastes good may not be good for your body. So I know what you're saying. The same concept is there with my husband. So yes, in fact, when dal bukhara comes, next day it tastes better. They all keep saying it, or whatever. So all right, today is about beliefs. We talked about beliefs in the first 2 books as well, and here also it continues with the same thing. So beliefs. I create wonderful new beliefs for myself. There are life is very simple. Each one of us create our experiences by our thinking and our feeling patterns. What we believe about ourselves and life becomes true for us. And that's what I even started my day with, Napoleon Hill's thing. So it's all about beliefs. What you think is what you become. It's very, very simple. So thank you, Garima, for volunteering to read. Please read for us. I passed on the mic. You can just unmute. Yes, please.
I create wonderful new belief for myself. These are some of the beliefs that I have created for myself over a period of time that really work for me. I am always safe. Everything I need to know is revealed to me. Everything I need comes to me in the perfect time, space, and sequence. Life is a joy and filled with love. I prosper wherever I turn. I am willing to change and to grow. All is well in my world.
So how very on. Thank you, Arima, for beautiful ones and So if we start intertwining these beautiful affirmations in our life, nothing can make us negative. Nothing. Things will happen, but you will put a deaf ear to them. It's very important to understand that life is magical and you and I am the creator of our independent lives. No partner, no spouse will ever come in the picture. So if anyone has any questions, I can take them for 5 minutes and then I want to move on to meditation and then just close with it. So, all right. Ma'am, can we please have your recorded meditation? Parul, my recorded meditation is very personalized. I would not like to share it. But what I really believe in is the divine love meditation takes you from thanking the three realms uh, to a lot, which is your dreams, your relationships, your goals. So it's taking you there. My goals, and I share mine so openly, even though I've shared my first Sangha, graduate, become a family for me in a month, and I will be open with mine. I've shared my manifestations very much with the first group. So let's take a little time and build this relationship. But right now, again, as I repeat, please first have your 1 month of doing some guided meditation, only for Luke or the divine love, whichever you prefer, or some other, but pick up a guided meditation. Abhi, don't think that I'll become my own manifesting king or queen and I will make my own. You will. I promise you, you will, but it'll take a little while. Yes, Prakash. Happy to answer both your questions. Yes, Jigisha.
Uh, Hi.
Hi.
What should be the sequence for the morning routine?
Morning routine. First, we wake up. You never feel immediately like going to the loo immediately. If you're lying down, just take your back rest and do your manifestation. Put on your AirPods. If you both are as a couple doing it, put on your manifestation between your pillows, like right there, and do it together. Wake up to that, then do your loo routines, and then whatever, then start writing your blessings. And you want to read something beautiful, something inspirational, go for it, and then join this class. You, anyways, don't have too much time before this.
No, like I do gratitude verbally,
Yeah, very nice.
and then do meditation for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm not doing any recorded meditation. It's just a breathing meditation to begin with. Just
So
I
Prakash,
concentrate on my breathe.
no, so अभी वो मत करें. That's
जी.
good for later. अभी आप manifestation दुनिया में आ रहे हैं. अभी manifestation करिए. Luke says for 20 minutes and even I think Divine Love for 20 minutes. Even your gratitude will be a part of your manifestation meditation. उसमें gratitude भी है. It's called
तो
gratitude. It's
लोटस
called
ग्रेटिट्यूड
manifestation.
नहीं करें पहले अभी?
Gratitude उसमें है ना meditation में.
अच्छा.
Luke वाली में भी है, Divine Love में भी है, दोनों में है.
Okay, so I do manifestation first
Yes,
and
wake up to that.
affirmation
उसमें affirmations भी हैं.
वो भी उसमें आ जाएगा. ठीक है. So I
उतना
do
बहुत है.
that
डिवाइन
manifestation
लव
कर.
में एफर्मेशन भी है, लुक में भी शायद एफर्मेशंस हैं, सबको दोनों में सब कुछ है जो कंफर्टेबल लगे. मेल वॉइस, फीमेल वॉइस, यू वांट टू वन डे दैट, व्हाटएवर.
So I do manifestation and then write gratitudes before
या
the class. That's
या
all I have to do.
यस.
ठीक है. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच. यस नितिन.
Yeah, Prachi, this is a little debatable actually. This is about dal makhni again.
Oh my god, waking up to dal makhni. Tell me. Okay.
I have a logic, I really like to have food which is leftover, and it tastes very well. And I'm a foodie to the core, and
Yeah.
I enjoy my food. I enjoy every bite, and I feel that it's giving me a lot of good health with that, and I enjoy every bite. And it is
Okay.
something like touch wood, I have a good health, and I feel good after having a food. It's a motivation for me. So I
So
really don't know how to put it
so if,
across.
if your energy is good, if you think what you're doing is wonderful, you have no medical side effects, if you think you have no extra weight on you and you're all the time energized, go for it, na?
Yeah.
But if you think you need to have questioning, oh, I'm having backache, like now we're in our 40s. So if you think you have some physical constraint and you want to live a life, a good life, like I believe you want to touch at least 80, right? So if you
Definitely.
think the next 40, 50 years are going to be amazing with this lifestyle, go for it. And if you think you want to change it, go for it.
So
Ultimately,
I really appreciated you were talking about this person who really enjoys his food. I'm probably something like that category. So I'm like that. So
this person is my husband who's a total foodie and who loves like you. Now he's developed a double chin and a paunch and a little bit in the pandemic because he's been overindulging. And he
he'll
was,
be a friend with me.
yeah, I'm sure. All right. Okay.
Thank you
All
so
right. Thank you so much. Yes, Ruchika, please tell me. You have to unmute yourself, my dear. No, I'll ask you to unmute. Please unmute yourself. Please see on your screen. Yes, please. Yes, Ruchika.
Am I audible now?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, I just want to share something magical happened to me.
Yeah.
My father is actually a bedridden from last 1.5 years, and he's completely on oxygen for 24 hours.
Okay.
His lungs are 50% damaged, and we are actually struggling with his health from last 1 year.
Can I just correct you here? Just correct one correction. His lungs are 50% working is a good idea to say rather than 50% damage.
Okay, yeah,
These
you're
new
right.
words,
Thank you
let's
so
go
much.
with that. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I shared this creative visualization idea with my parents, my father and my mother, and
Yeah.
they have been practicing it from last 5-6 days.
Beautiful.
And for the very first time in last 2-3 days, we noticed that his oxygen has increased to 100 level. And yesterday I heard my mother gave me this news, and I was so much surprised that I couldn't stop my tears. It was amazing. And from last 1 year,
Thank you
it
for sharing.
was stable only on 93, 94 maximum.
Amazing. Thank you for making my morning so special. Thank you for your sharing. And please sharing your light.
Thank
Please
you.
share your light. You're growing as people, but please share your light with people. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much to you.
Sakshi, the last question, my dear, the today's manifestation.
Yeah. So what is PLR? I think you spoke something about PLR.
PLR is past life regression. And I have sent the videos with Amrita on your windows even 2 days ago. And I keep talking about PLR and I'll keep talking about it because in this world of spirituality, PLR is important. Past life regression means you'll be able to sit as Sakshi Surekha in your bed, like down as Sakshi Surekha, and yet be traveling in your past life in a different country, in a different atmosphere, and see what's happening around. It takes a while to go there. First time you may fail, second time you will become better, third time you'll become perfect. So keep trying until you start seeing it. And beautiful, it's a beautiful therapy. My husband did for the first time with me a couple of Sundays ago, and it was magic. We did both together. There's a little gap between us because you just want to. And for everyone, please keep a patla sa quilt ya dohar on your body. You tend to feel a little cold. So if your ACs are on, just have a little cold, and you'll be Sakshi Surekha. You'll know that I can stamp out of it. एक मिनट लगता है झटके से वापस आने में. But it's beautiful. You must realize the power of your mind. It'll help you reach your spiritual goals also faster. Yeah. Let's not, any more questions? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Let's start. And please see your backs. See your posture. Let's just settle down, eyes closed. Arms in a Buddha pose, facing heavenwards or Gyan Mudra. Let's inhale love. Feel every cell of being soaked in love. Love is what we are. I am love. Exhale love, ever so gently. Let's watch our breath as we inhale abundance. We are abundant in every realm of our being. Exhale abundance very gradually. Whatever you're inhaling and exhaling, remember it's always a part of your being. Inhale light. Let's brighten the darkest corners of our body, of our life, by sharing our light. Exhale and brighten the world of oneness. I am love. I am light. I am abundance. Wherever I turn, prosperity follows. I am open and receptive to love, to goodness, to abundance in the universes, because I am whole and complete. I think of wellness, I think of abundance. I only think of good things in life. Now I concentrate on my goals. Whatever they are, they come true. I merely have to think about them and they start unfolding like pieces of puzzles. We are relaxing in a beautiful nature retreat. The river is flowing. Beautiful music is there in the background. We are so blessed. There's a beautiful breeze blowing on our faces. Our hair feels the breeze. We feel the love of Mother Nature on our bodies. It's got such a beautiful feeling. Let's take some time to imagine all the beautiful details and see ourselves surrounded and enjoying our beauty. See the river flow. How beautiful. Imagine putting your little hand or maybe your foot in it. Feel the pleasure of that little cold and cool water. How beautiful. See the flowers. Did you see the butterflies on it? Just right there fluttering. How colorful, how majestic. Just look up. See the sky above you. So beautiful. Such an abundant sky. Can you see the little moon? Even though it's morning, yet you can see the silhouette. How wonderful. Life is magical. We are magical. Now let's start beginning to walk. We were sitting right now. Now we just get up. So be careful as you get up. Don't get up too fast. Get up slowly and begin to take a stroll. And soon let's find ourselves in a completely different surrounding environment. Perhaps we are now exploring a waving field of golden rain or swimming in a lake. Maybe I'm swimming in a lake. Maybe I'm there. There's a lot of gehu around me, a lot of wheat around me. It's a golden field. Wherever I choose, let me walk. Let's continue to wander. Let's continue to explore, finding more and more exquisitely beautiful environments of great variety. We can change our place into a mountain, maybe a forest, maybe a desert, whatever suits our fantasy. Remember, our mind is beautiful. Whatever we choose, we are in that moment. So whatever I love, I choose. Let's take a little time to appreciate each one. Shall we start with the mountains? Imagine yourself standing on a mountain peak. The world is at your feet. Imagine shouting your name and hearing the echo, the world saying your name again and again and again. 3 echoes. Hear it, feel it. Now let's imagine being in this beautiful forest, green to the core, got flowers. You have some peacocks coming and going out. You have some deers looking at you with their doe-eyed. And you're like, wow, how beautiful. Little rabbits are coming and going. Yeah, it's a beautiful forest. How beautiful. Now imagine yourself in the desert. Far expanse of sand and dunes. And you are solo there. Look at the beauty. Wow. The beige beauty. Whatever our heart wants, we feel. Whatever we want, we witness. Let's take a little time and soak in whichever feeling we like the most. Now imagine returning home to a simple but comfortable and lovely environment where whatever we love remains. Imagine having loving family. Imagine the warmth, the hugs, the kisses, the laughter, the giggles. Imagine your friends, chitter chatter, taking a break, having a good time, maybe good music, maybe good conversations, maybe good food. Imagine the community around you. Visualize yourself doing work that you love. Whatever I love, I'm doing right now. Visualizing yourself creatively, expressing yourself in this world. Whatever I want, I create. And I express so easily because life is all about expressions. You are simply rewarded, amply rewarded for your efforts in internal satisfaction, appreciation from others, and financial returns. Imagine yourself feeling fulfilled and thoroughly enjoying your life. Step back. You've already had a great life. Just take a pause. Step back a minute. And now, see yourself. Imagine a world full of people living simply yet abundantly in harmony with one another and the Mother Earth. No more flashy stuff, simple, wonderful, loving living. Remember, we create whatever we want ourselves, our bodies, our surroundings, our life. Let's affirm that we find prosperity wherever we go, that we find prosperity in simplicity, that ours is an abundant universe where there's plenty for every one of us. The Supreme is unfailing, unlimited source of all our supply. The universe is always a giver. Abundance is my true state of being. I am now ready to accept it fully and joyously. I deserve to be prosperous and happy. I am now prosperous and happy. How beautiful. Wherever I go, I thrive. The more I prosper, the more I have to share with everyone. I get and I give so much. And the more I give, the more I get. How beautiful. I am now ready to accept all the joy and all the prosperity life has to offer me because I am open and receptive. The world is now becoming an abundant place for me and everyone. Financial success is coming to me so easily. It flows to me as if it's magic. I enjoy financial success, freedom, prosperity. Life is meant to be fun, and I am enjoying it beautifully. I'm rich in consciousness and my manifestation. I have plenty of money for my own personal needs and the needs of my family. I have plenty of money to empower lives because I am abundant. I now have a satisfying income of much more than I require. I can put a figure to it, knowing whatever I want, I create. So maybe being the one-to-one Sangha, we are rich with one-to-one Kharab each. How wonderful. I feel deeply satisfied and with my financial situation is just so beautiful. I'm spiritually evolving every day. My body is getting detoxed every day because I am whole and complete. I feel rich in all realms, in emotions, in sanskars, in my being, in my life. I am happy. I am glowing in love. And so it is. So it is. So it is. Let's bow down our heads in gratitude towards planet Earth, Mother Earth. Thank it for this beautiful feeling. Whatever we imagine is all thanks to her. Let's thank her with our beautiful, deepest gratitude. Dear Mother Earth, today I invite three virtues in my body: love, that makes my world glow; light, that makes my world shine; abundant, that makes me so happy. Thank you for being a giver. I promise to you for giving back and respecting you and bringing you back to your original nature. That's of love. Let's look at our life level in front of our eyes and thank our wonderful life. We are creating it. Thank you for our past. Thank you for our present. And a thank you for our future. Let's expand our hands in abundance pose and thank our universe for having our back, our divinities for blessing us, our angels for guiding us, showing us that they exist and that we are on the right path, our guardians for protecting us in their realm of love. Let's expand on a heart level, hands on your left and right, spread as wide as possible. I am love. I am abundant. I am a yes person. And I am open and receptive to love, abundance, prosperity in the universes. And so it is. Bring your hands together, fold them together in front of your heart, rub them, energize them. Bless your beautiful brain for channeling your thoughts, your beautiful face, your ears, your five senses, your neck, energize it, touch it, bless it, your shoulders, arms, upper to lower, your back, upper back, spinal cord, middle back, lower back, your hips. Let's keep our hands for a second longer on our lungs. May the world be abundant in oxygen and all things lovely. May we all breathe in love and life. Let's bless our heart for being there for us, for feeling what we felt, and making a life of our choice. Let's bless our liver, stomach, kidneys, gallbladder, intestines, uterus, sexual organs, excretory organs. Let's bless our thighs, our knees, our calves, our heels, ankles, soles, toe finger, nails. Come back up. Fold our hands together in front of our hearts. Let's thank the 100 trillion cells in our body, 100 billion, 1,000 kilometers blood circulation system in our body. Let's thank our body parts, all organs, one by one, our glands, muscles, tissue, fibers, bones, and a skin that protects us. Thank you, dear body, for working on your optimum best. Thank you for discarding all the negative thoughts, feelings, and diseases that may have come in me because of my unknowing manifestation. Thank you for releasing me and making me whole and complete once again. Dear body, I now invite your energy in between my palms. May I share my light with my friends, my Sangha, their loved ones, and all living beings on Mother Earth. May we all be grateful for this beautiful, magical life that we live in. And so it is. Love, light, abundance, and blessings. Mom, Radhiji, Hina Jagani, Puneet, Sanya, Nehal, Ritu, Pratimaji, Karishma, Higu and Naveen, Vanna and Siddharth, Shubhra, Ruchika, Niriksha, Shelly, Prakash and Jigisha, Ritu, Nehal, Pratimaji, Karishma, Mehek, Richa, Archana, Sangeeta, Rajiv and Payalji, Ruchika, Nikita, Ankur, Yan and Usha ji, Neha, Anika, Pooja, Mudita, Nisha, Akshay, Richa, Meenakshi, Asmi, Sapna, Disha, Rima, Jitendraji, Kavita, Ravi and Chandra, Shilpa, Shalu, Neetu and Bhavan, Nitin, Yashvi, Poonam, Sunita, Neetu and Ashokji, Neelam, Rima, Rohini, Disha, Priya, Shalu, Shilpa, Sapna, Nisha again, Pooja, Anamika, Reena, Kripa, Seema, Anchal, Parul, Amit, Shivani, Sakshi, Ankur, Anamika, Alona and Sailesh, Reena, Ankita, Badrinath, Harpreet, Yuvi, Radhika, Prachi, Sakshi, Rashi, Parul, Ashish, Bharadbhai, Parul, Shweta, Kripa, Ankur, Harpreet, Neha, Shweta, Ritesh Sir, Kariman Gaurav, Sangeeta Hirani, Moni Sancheti, Mon Mantavan for life. May everyone have a magical life. If I've missed anyone, Tina, maybe Ankita, maybe. Bless you, bless you, bless you, everyone. Keep blessing. Whenever we bless, remember 2 hands are blessing. But remember, so many hands are blessing us back. Life is truly magical. Let's live it in every moment. Thank you, my dear Ritesh sir, for having my back. Thank you, my dear Amrita, for all the assignments, Sanjay sir, for all that you do for us, and Shweta for having all our backs. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Prashant. Lots of love, light, and blessings to you as well, to everyone. Have a magical day, and we shall see each other tomorrow again for yet another powerful session on a satisfying Saturday, and so it is. Until then, love, light, and abundance to each one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.